And we are finally back, everybody, with the Alienware 17R4. Today, we're going to focus on getting the motherboard prepped for the new CPU that we ordered from China. If you weren't following from the other video parts, we basically found a short circuit that led to the VRM MOSFETs for the CPU, which in these models, laptops, really just tells you, the CPU is dead. We replaced those parts. There's no longer a short circuit. And this is what we get. 2 red, and here comes 1 blue, and that is telling us the CPU is, well, it's failed. So I ordered a CPU from China. I finally was able to get a hold of one, which has been very difficult. Only paid $40 for the CPU, so cross our fingers that it's even good to begin with. We're gonna prep the board, take the CPU off, and get ready for tomorrow when it shows up in the mail. We'll put it in, and I guess we'll just pray that it works. All right, the motherboard is out of the chassis, and I'm just going to retest everything. I've got the multimeter set up over here. Before, what would happen is that you'd plug it in and this light would immediately go off, which was an indicator that, we had a short on the motherboard and it was going into safety mode. Well, we did all this work here, and the other parts, or the other video parts we did. We've got our current sense resistor put back in place. We did have it kind of off on one leg so we could isolate the issue, and we ended up finding out what was going on over here. All the coils replaced, these two VRM MOSFETs here replaced. I know that one's a little dark. It's the only one I had left on my other donor board. And let's just test everything real quick. Yeah, it would just suck so bad to put everything together only to find out that there was like a short again or something. So we'll start here on the current sense resistor. Everything's good. Test the MOSFETs here. Okay, we'll go down here, test each one of these caps. Okay. Then we'll test the MOSFETs, VRM MOSFETs here. Everything's looking good. No shorts like before still. Okay, awesome. Now let's prep it and remove that CPU. And the first step was actually removing the little like silicone bumpers that were on the corners here. And it has something to do with height and spacing, and even making sure that there's even pressure with the heat sink. So I'm gonna have to find a way. Maybe I can cut some thermal pads when we're completed tomorrow and put them in place, and it should do the same thing. If not, maybe I can get some ordered. From what I'm reading though, it's not necessary completely, but it's definitely something I want to look into trying to resolve. But let's get some flux on and around this, and we'll get it going with the heat gun and get that CPU removed. And we're just going to keep things moving along here. We don't want to sit in one spot for too long. And this guy should come right up here pretty soon. Almost forgot to turn on the fume extraction, so definitely got to get that going. Okay, we got it removed, so now we're just adding some leaded solder to all these so we can run a soldering wick over it. Just being as gentle as I can, but yeah, that was actually way more difficult to remove than I expected it to be, but we got it off. All right, we're just gonna get it cleaned off for tomorrow. We'll wait for that CPU. I'm not gonna make a part 2. We're just gonna cut straight to when we install it, and we'll go from there. We are back. It's the next day, and I do have the processor here. One thing I noticed though, there's like chips in the die of the processor. So, I mean, this is what we get for 40 bucks. Who even knows if it works, but we're gonna just get right to it. I'm gonna put a layer of flux down, and we're gonna heat it up and get this processor in place. Clean everything up after. Let's get it started. Okay, I've got a very small layer of flux underneath. The chip is nice and lined up with the frame. You can see down there, it is basically perfect. And let's just get the heat going. We're just gonna keep it moving. We never wanna sit still. We wanna evenly distribute the heat as best we can. We've only got one shot at this, I think. I do have a stencil, so technically I could reball it again, but we just want to be careful. We don't want to delaminate if we use too much heat by accident in one spot, which can definitely happen. So I'll do this for a little bit and I will get back with you. Okay, I'm just going to let it cool down, but everything is looking good. So we'll give it some time and we'll come back and get everything put back together and clean. And if you remember, I was talking about those little plastic or silicone bumpers that were on the corners. So I just made some of my own out of 1mm thermal pads, and it looks like they are pretty much perfectly flush. So I think they're gonna work just fine. So that's awesome. not much left to do. Let's just get it put together and see if we get post. Okay, the first test. Does the light stay on for the power supply? It does. So there's no short circuit. Okay, lights on, and you guys are gonna love this. Look at, here it comes. 1, 2, 1. It's the CPU bad still. So possibly, I don't know for sure. It could be my job wasn't good, or our Chinese $40 i7 processor with the slight crack in the die could be an issue as well. But it is what it is. I didn't pay a whole lot of money for all this. It was just kind of a fun project. But we have a part system, and that's fine with me. So you guys have a good day. Sorry it was a letdown, but we can only do so much. But thanks again, guys. Have a good one.